There is nothing different between you and I. There's nothing different between you and your favorite content creator. The only thing that makes a difference is money and someone having the audacity. But what I'm really grateful for is growing up with social media and being able to see women who look like me in these spaces. Let's talk about being African and doing content. Hey loves, well, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Michelle Gabrielle. Today we are doing a get ready with me. I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I'm gonna do a chit chat get ready with me. So it's really a get ready with me like we're on FaceTime. We're gonna chat it up. I have at the moment 2 hours, so that should be more than enough time. My hair's already done. I got a nice little pony. I haven't done a pony in a really long time, so the only thing I have to do is makeup, and I'm gonna do a little bit of lashes. And yeah, so get ready with me. The thumbnail says first year content creation, and if you're not new here, you know that I am not a first year content creator. I've been doing content for a pretty long time. Well, not like super long, but I've been doing content for a while. So but what I meant by the title is first year really locking in. First year locking in, really working with a lot of brands, being paid. I mean, I was getting paid before, but this time I'm getting paid like big girl bills. So yeah, so my first year content creation, really locking in, really being intentional with the content that I'm filming, really strategizing. So I'm gonna give you guys a rundown. I'm gonna kind of talk to you guys about my content journey and give you guys some advice, a couple of tips also. So yeah, let's tune in, let's lock in. I already did my eyebrows off camera. I just filled them in. I might go back in to add some like eyebrow gel and do a couple streaks. I'm going to go in with this orange concealer, just even out those dark areas. First, let's hop all the way to the beginning. A little bit of my content journey, how I got into content, when I started creating content, the whole team. So when I found YouTube, which was when I was very young, probably in middle school, I 100% fell in love. I spent so much of my time on YouTube watching every and any video, but really just beauty content. I watched so much beauty content, so much hair content, and then developed my faves. And I've always wanted to, when I was in middle school, I always wanted to start making videos, but I was just so shy to actually get on camera, and I didn't have any equipment, didn't have a camera. I remember my dad gave me my very first digital camera. It was this small blue camera, and the quality was so bad. And my very first video that I uploaded was how to make bows. In middle school, everybody was wearing bows, like bow ties. So my very first video was how to make a bow tie. So I always wanted to like get into content creation. It was just a matter of getting rid of that, and what is it, imposter syndrome, and really not having like the access or the equipment and all that stuff. But I definitely made do with what I had. So yeah, that was in middle school. In high school, I met my best friend, and we were like this, and well, we still are like this, but we both loved the content. We both loved YouTube. It wasn't even called content back then. It was just YouTubers. We both loved YouTubers. We both wanted to film our own YouTube videos, and we made our own page. I think, what is our page called? It was Double M Takeover. That was our first YouTube channel, and we had like this one video go viral about Baltimore slang. If y'all don't know, I'm from Baltimore, but we had this one video go viral with Baltimore slang, but we're all from the county, so everybody was in the comments eating us up. Look, I'm getting distracted. I'm supposed to be doing my makeup at the same time. But yeah, everybody was in the comments eating us up, saying we're not from Baltimore because we're from the county, and my best friend was going in responding to all their unnecessary comments. I don't know, part of me wants, I don't think I'm going to outline my brows. I think I'm just going to go ahead and start with my foundation. This is the Smashbox Always On. The only thing about this foundation is that sometimes I feel like it's a little green looking, which is not my cup of tea. I'm just gonna put like a little bit of my Dior foundation that I said was a little too dark because I'm not doing anything heavy. Let me tell you guys what I'm getting ready for. I'm getting ready for a date. We've been on a couple dates before, so I actually might pull out the camera. I won't record him, but just record like a part. I got some makeup in the hair. Just record like a couple clips of the date, but it's actually to celebrate a career achievement. So yeah, that's what I'm getting ready for. But back to the story. So we started our first YouTube channel, and we both went to college, and then that's when we kind of started our own separate YouTube channel pages. When I started my own separate page, I mainly did beauty content. So I know that I uploaded like a couple try on hauls, back to school outfit videos. Like, you won't be able to find those videos now. So if you so if you didn't catch them when they were up, those videos are gone. I don't even have them because I deleted them. Not because why I deleted them is a whole nother story, but not because they were bad or anything, but I just deleted them. So that was the content I started filming, and then it wasn't until 2020 during the pandemic that I had the time, so I wanted to get more serious again. Then that's when I started posting more hair content, and then that's when I got my very first brand deal in 2021. So since then, I've been doing hair fitness content, a couple beauty content. Yeah, so that's kind of like my content creation journey. It's still a journey, it's still going. I'm excited to see where it goes, where it takes me. But that is how I started creating content. So now that we have foundation on, I am going to do highlighting or concealer. Concealer I'm using is also the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow, but I'm going to mix this in with my foundation because I need to go get some concealer, and this concealer is way too light. All right, so now that we talked about my content journey, let's just hop into it. Brand deals. And this is my experience with my first year of really going in, really going hard, and taking it just a little bit more seriously. Like, I'm doing a whole artist Picasso, mixing shades, finding my own shade. But no, I really need to go get a lot of makeup, period. But if you guys have any concealer recommendations, let me know, because I think I'm gonna go back and buy NARS again. I don't know, Tarte Shape Tape, it's just like a nice consistency that I like a little better than NARS. So brand deals and how to get brand deals, how I got brand deals. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the tea. I was just on my close friends, talking to my close friends about it on Instagram, is that you need to really tag the companies that you want to work with. I know like hashtags are really out of date. Nobody really puts a lot of hashtags like as heavy as we used to years ago. One way I feel like brands will reach out to you more is if you tag the brands that you use in the video. So for example, hair content, I'm going to tag that I use Carol's Daughter. I'm going to tag Carol's Daughter to the video, even if they didn't send the video to me, but it's just so that you can be on their radar. Everybody, for the most part, has somebody working their social media. So if they see that, oh, this person makes really good content, they tagged us, they're more than likely eventually to reach out to you. I definitely used to tag all of the products that I use, all the companies that I was using. I still do it now. I always tag the companies that I use, and I just, in my opinion, it just puts you on their radar. They'll repost your work. Yeah, so that's my advice. Make sure you tag the brands that you're using, the brands that you want to work with also. Even if you didn't use their product in your video, still tag them. My other advice when it comes to brand deals is do what you're good at. Do what you're good at. Do what you can do consistently over and over again. And I'm gonna go later, I'm gonna talk about the whole quantity and quality aspect of things. But if you're just starting, you do need quantity. Sometimes quality will be that's it, that's all. Honestly, anything can happen. So maybe you just film one video, that video goes super viral. It happens all the time. But at the same time, if that's not your case, then you're going to need quantity. The only way you can do quantity is by using what your resources are, what you have the time for, and that you can produce a lot of, for you to get that initial growth in community and be consistent with it. So you're not posting every 1 month, because let's say if you do fashion, because you only buy a new outfit once a month. Another example, hair. If you're really good at hair but eventually you want to go into getting wigs and getting sponsors and brand deals with wig companies, but you don't have wigs yet, start by doing your own hair. Do a ponytail, do anything, but do a lot of those videos over and over. That's literally how I started getting wig brand deals. I was doing my natural hair. You gotta use your resources. Use a synthetic wig. Like, use your resources, use that synthetic wig and make that synthetic wig look nice, and make sure the videos you're producing are nice at the same time. Yeah, do what you're good at, do what you can do consistently. That way you'll be able to produce a lot of videos and you'll be able to grow, and then they can also see what you're capable of. And my last advice when it comes to brand deals is create savable and shareable content. And what I mean by this is that if you yourself wouldn't save or share your own video to somebody else if you weren't the person making the video, then scratch it. Then scratch it, try again, and look at the content that you already do save and you already do share to your friends, and look at the aspects and the details of those videos. Like, what is it that really draws you into those videos? What is it that you really like about those videos? And implement those details into your own video, so that when you create your videos, when you upload your videos, you can say, this is something that I'll actually save. This is something that I'll actually share to a friend. But if you feel like you can't save or share your own content, then you need to go back to the drawing board and work on it. And that's just what it is. Like, a bunch of my old videos, I wouldn't save them now. I definitely wouldn't recommend it to a friend now, but just because of the quality, I don't really like it that much. The first video that's on my channel that's still up, it's so cringy to watch. Like, that video is so cringe, but I was young, I was trying to figure it out, and that's what that looks like. So don't expect perfection. It's definitely a growth thing. You gotta grow into it. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this light shade, even though I was saying the other shade was too light, but this one is extremely light. But this is just to get the nice right under eye. Since this is the year recap, I do want to share the brands that I was very excited to work with. So the brands that I was very excited to work with most recently was Carol's Daughter. I was really excited to work with them, but that that campaign, baby, that campaign broke me and showed me a lot that I need to work on when it comes to scheduling, time management. That campaign was rough, very rough. I was very excited to work with Camilla Rose, and I'm naming natural hair companies, and honestly I probably was so excited to work with them because when I came onto YouTube, it was when the whole natural hair movement was happening, so it just holds a special place in my heart. And of course I started doing the natural hair content, like that's what I started doing. Who else? I like the Verse. I really like the package they sent, the skincare. That was nice to receive. I should have made a list. And I always love working with Curls Clean because their hair is just really good, and I always like the videos that I make for them. I'm just gonna go ahead and set this with Huda. I'm not gonna lie, the last Get Ready With Me, I was saying that I don't really like the shade for Huda. I think it's starting to grow on me when I don't use a lot. The last thing under brand deals is contracts. So getting into this whole content creation industry, you're gonna deal with some contracts. And my advice to you is find somebody, anybody to sit down with you so that you can actually review these contracts. I'm not gonna lie, the first couple contracts that I got, I did not read them. I was just so excited. I said, let me sign my name. Yes, and my cousin is a lawyer, so he sat down with me and he told me, like, you really do need to read these contracts and figure out what is it that you're actually signing to see that you're even getting a fair deal. So yeah, contracts, take your time. I know you're probably looking at it like, what the hell does all of this mean? But take your time, research it, research what all of those things mean. But it's important for you to know that you're getting a fair end of the bargain. If you need to adjust anything that does not sit well with you in the contracts, like, baby, read the contracts. Next, I am gonna go ahead and do some contouring. Now that we talked about brands, let's talk about Burnout, which I experienced so much this year. Oh my god. Oh my god. And the one thing I would say is, don't accept everything. I think throughout the year I was just so excited, and then the adrenaline to just want to do good and to perform well and grow definitely took over, and it led to burnout multiple times. And I just had my most recent burnout, and that just led me to, it's time to take a little break from brand deals and sponsor content. Figure out what is it that you really want to film. Go back to your passions. Remember your why, because the need to want to just accept everything and to just take the money will definitely definitely get over you. My advice to that is, take your time. You don't need to say yes to everything. Don't accept the things that don't align with you just so that you can do it for the money. Yeah, just remember your why. Remember why you started this. Remember your end goal. And it's always okay to refocus, readjust, and figure out as you go along. But the burnout definitely got me throughout this year, because I was putting way too much on my plate when I should have just been chilling. Find ways to implement being organized. When I'm filming stuff, I always create an outline. Even right now with this Get Ready With Me, I'm looking at my laptop to look at that outline so I can stay focused and stay on track. And that has saved me so much. Saved me so much time, so much headache. Everything is a lot more organized. And then at the same time, it's really hard essentially being your own boss, because there's not many people who are out here willingly telling you this information and telling you how they're doing this, that, and the third. Luckily, I do have a friend who is in content already, and she gives me as much as advice as she can give me when she has a chance. But it is hard. It's hard to figure it out. You don't have an outline, you don't have a plan, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. So there's also that. Moving on, let's talk about finding confidence to actually start this journey of yours if you're deciding to get into content creation, which is the thing people tell me all the time. They just are scared to start. They're scared to put themselves out there, which is 100% understandable. We've all been there. And what I'm really grateful for is growing up, and I know everybody has their opinions on social media and its effects and all that stuff, but what I'm really grateful for is growing up with social media and being able to see women who look like me in these spaces, and that is what really gave me the confidence. When I mean women who look like me, I'm not just saying black women, I'm talking about dark-skinned black women. Especially because y'all know what we face. Everybody at this time knows what we face. To see these dark-skinned black women do what they're doing and be in these spaces, so encouraging. I'm gonna name a few. It was definitely Kiaran. I don't really know if I'm saying their names right, so bear with me. Kiaran, Armanda, who was Glow Princess. Like, when I was in high school, she gave me so much confidence. Like, she gave me so much confidence to be comfortable in my skin and being dark skinned. So Armanda, Ongli, love her. And more recently, Fatima Mbao. What I'm doing is using the Sephora pressed powder to go over all the areas that I concealed. So Fatima, love her content. And L'Exclusive TV, Eat, Chef Kiss. And when it comes to fitness content, I really don't know how to pronounce her name, but I think it's Bonge Wamenda. I'll also put picture video references on the screen so that you guys can know who I'm talking about. And I'm just going in really lightly. Like I said, I don't want anything really dramatic or harsh or anything. And I just feel like sometimes when you put too much powders, you end up looking ashy. That's not what we're going for today. Those are a couple to mention because they really paved the way for me. That's just women who look like me, in the sense being dark skinned, young, black women. But when it comes to women who don't look like me that have inspired me a lot, gotta name the Tiara Walker, Aaliyah J, Aaliyah's Face, Pauline Diaz. Her vlog content, amazing. She does an amazing job with editing. Amber Martin, same, amazing job at editing. Sophiology, Tia Renee, I think it's Mikaria or Mikaria, but she is so cute. I know that she's a couple years younger than me, but she's so cute. The twins, Alyssa and Ashley. And then when it comes to fitness content, Annabelle Hayes, she is the one who really got me into fitness, seeing her videos. And what's her name? Annalise Cruz. She makes a really good fitness content quality wise. So yeah, there's been a lot of women that I am not afraid to mention that definitely paved the way, that definitely have influenced me, that inspire me. I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place Bronze and Deep Dark palette to go over all the places that I contoured. I like to just mix both of them together. I'm gonna go in with the True Complexion contour palette. I'm using the Sculpt this shade only because I don't really like the bottom half of my face looking too light. So this helps to like calm down the concealing that we did earlier and like let it blend a little better. So the only way I feel like it could ever come across that way is because I'm shy. Am I shy? Yes, I would say it's because I'm pretty shy when I first meet new people and I don't really talk that much. I'm very on the reserved side. So I feel like that's the only way it can come across that way, of maybe me being bougie or stuck up or having resting bee face. It's just because I don't really talk that much. And I've always been that way. I've been that way since I was little. It can take me a while to open up. And sometimes I might just be way too overstimulated. And that's why I'm so quiet. Like way too overstimulated, too much is going on. It can have me being a little socially awkward. A little socially awkward, a little introverted, depending on what setting I'm in. So if you ever got some type of bad vibe or energy from me, that's probably the reason why. 9 times out of 10, I was probably overstimulated, too much going on. Yeah. And then I would say in general, I just get so overwhelmed overwhelmed with life. So the maintenance of friendships, like my friends who've been my friends from day one, closest friends, like they already know how I get. I can get really overstimulated. I can retreat, need a couple days, weeks to get back to normal. So the maintaining of friendships can be a little bit hard for me. If I'm out creating new friendships and it's just like, oh, she goes ghost for a while, maybe if it comes across me not being intentional of building that friendship, 9 times out of 10, I'm just probably overwhelmed. A lot of things are going on. Even that's how I feel about comments too. I used to say, oh, if I got so many comments, I will always make sure I will respond to every single comment. I hate when people don't respond to their comments. I can't speak on that no more. I can't. No. Having so many comments on so many different apps, no. Like I look at it and I say time to close the phone. So overwhelming. And now I 100% understand why people will, or even like having negative comments. Who wants to see your negative comments? Like, I completely understand people who don't have the chance to respond to all comments and people who don't look at their comments at all. That's that when it comes to that situation. Of course, going in with Fenty, love my Fenty. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. And just in general, I'm definitely out of the ministry of forcing friendships, period. Been there, done that, not doing it again, not going back. This phase of my life, I'm really at, I will 100% let the friendship be 100% organic and fall into whatever it needs to fall into. I'm not gonna go out my way to force anything upon anybody, and no one should do that to you. Building any relationship takes a lot of time, so it's not something that's gonna happen overnight. You shouldn't want something that does happen overnight. I like to take a little bit just on that part of my nose. We are coming together. Let's do a time check. Okay, I'll be done on time. And the last thing I do want to say about it in terms of finding confidence is to not put anybody on a pedestal. There is nothing different between you and I. There's nothing different between you and your favorite content creator. It's not rocket science. The only thing that I think makes a difference is money and someone having the audacity. That's the only thing that puts you different from one person and the other when it comes to this content stuff. When it comes to the money aspect of it, baby, you gotta make do with what you have, what you're giving, and just find a way. There's always those videos when it talks about people in life, they are just already given more. So for example, when they do the walk forward videos and someone's like, walk forward if both of your parents are together, you had this amount of income growing up. And you gotta view it the same way. There's people who already had access to all these things. It's a lot easier for them to go from 0 to 100 followers. It's a lot easier for them to have all the equipment, everything that they need to make better quality content. At the same time, you not having everything together, you can work on those skills. Make do with what you have. These iPhone cameras are getting so much better. The videos that are filmed before my camera videos, one of my friends texted me because he creates content too. He was like, yeah, your content is getting so much better. What have you been using? And I said, I've just been using the back camera of my iPhone. Granted, the storage issue is annoying, but you gotta make do with what you have. When I first started, I didn't have a tripod. I always sit my phone on top of boxes. I know when me and my best friend was recording our videos, we would just stick our phone to the window so that we can get a better angle. With the equipment that I have now, everything has been given to me. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed about it. But my very first ring light, my first ex-boyfriend gave it to me. The second ring light I got, my aunt bought it for me for my birthday. My camera, it was a graduation gift. My Mac, my siblings put money together so I can get it for one of my birthdays. When you're adamant about it and you're telling people about it and you're just excited to do it, vocal about what you're doing, there will be people who will invest in your journey. But in the meantime, you got to make do with what you have and work on those skills, because there's people who wait until they do have the camera, the setup, and when they do start posting their content, even though they have everything, it's still mid. They don't have the skills. They don't know how to record well. They don't know how to do a voiceover well. They don't know their angles. So make do with what you have, work on the skills with what you are given now. In that phase, be very consistent and make sure you're good at it. So back to my face, because I took a pause. I am going to go in with some Airspun because I think it's always a nice little bright addition. And I like to just tap it. While we're talking about people and family members investing, let's talk about being African and doing content. Let's talk about it. Initially, my mom was very supportive of me making the video. She's always seen me as being a very creative child, so it wasn't out of the norm for me to start making videos. But I would say when it came to school in the videos, she was not having it. She didn't understand why I was putting so much time into it when I did come back home and I was just always filming. Like, she didn't understand the grind, the hustle, until I started making some money. And then she quieted all of that down. So yes, you're gonna get some pushback. They might not understand, they might not see the value in it, but keep fighting. Keep fighting until you're able to show them the reward and show them like, no, there's actually good to it. But yeah, she's very supportive now. All my siblings know I like filming, I like editing. That's what I would say dealing with African parents and pursuing content creation or just creating content in general. I'm going to finish my eye portion of my makeup off camera so I can really get close to that mirror, and then I will come back, just fix up my hair a little bit, and yeah, so I'll be back. So makeup is done. If anything, I might go in and I don't know, I kind of like the brows, so no like highlighting or anything. So I'm just gonna go in with some lip liner. I don't know what I'm gonna put on my lips. I actually do have a nude lipstick. I forgot all about these Merit lipsticks that I got sent a while ago. I think I'm gonna do this shade. Let me swatch real quick. Oh, this is more like a peach nude. I'm gonna do the pink nude. Okay, I don't hate it. Just trying to put them to the side so I can remember. I'm going to go in with some setting spray, and then we just gonna hit my hair, and then I think that'll be it. I'm running pretty much on time for the most part, but I did want to record a couple TikTok videos before I go, so hopefully I'm able to do that. But I still definitely have to get dressed. Trying to get those smile lines, child. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of edge booster around the perimeter. I did this ponytail last night, but I took a shower this morning, so I feel like when I took a shower, a little bit of humidity got to it. But oh my god, y'all, my hair has grown back. Like, I can't wait to show y'all. It's so thick and so full now, girl. And then I'm gonna take my wand curl. This is a nice trick if you're trying to get it flat again. Oh, please don't mind the sizzling. After my hair has just survived being heat damage, here we are again. The sizzling is really just a product. But okay, last thing I wanted to talk about, well, I already talked about really in the last Get Ready With Me, which is just, like I said, we are shifting gears. You're going to see a lot more fitness content from me. I just got my gym membership at a really nice gym, so I'm motivated to record. I'm excited to record. Let me know what type of fitness content y'all would like to see. I'm just gonna put my scarf on to let that sit a little bit. Handy dandy scarf. But throughout this year, what I realized with me grinding hard with beauty content, I didn't have the opportunity to grind just as hard with fitness content. So one, did it not only push back my fitness goals, but it also made me miserable. I mean, I was happy, but at the same time, I was pretty miserable because I wasn't able to go to the gym, which I love doing. And I just didn't have enough time to like really decompress. So I'm just gonna go in and bump, like curl the ends of the pony. Give it a little Barbie, give it a little bit of a Barbie vibe. So it didn't really help me with accomplishing my fitness goals. And I think part of me was just a little nervous to really be serious about making fitness video. One, it was annoying having people in real life comment on my body all the time, or that would be the first thing they would mention, like as soon as they saw me. It was annoying, I won't lie, it was pretty annoying. I understand it, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't annoyed by it. So there was that, and then also just having a little bit of imposter syndrome, which doesn't make sense because I have a whole kinesiology degree. Like, why do you feel like you're not adequate enough to talk about fitness and health and wellness? Like, you literally went to school 4 years to do this. So, but I do plan on getting my personal trainer certification soon, so that would definitely make me feel more confident talking about fitness and using the right terminology and everything and saying the right things, only because like I want to be intentional. I don't want to give misinformation and share the wrong things or wrong ideas. There's that. I'll show y'all a couple of videos. I've already started posting some reels and some shorts and TikToks, so I'll show you guys a couple of clips or you can just look at my shorts. But I'm super excited. I love the content that I've been filming so far, and this helps me to keep me accountable with going in the gym because I'm excited to record and just like hyper focus on things that I genuinely like. I genuinely enjoy teaching on and spreading the knowledge that I do have. So that is it with hair and makeup. I have enough time. I'm gonna go in and put some little lashes on the ends. Yeah, I think that's it. Just my lashes, put my clothes on, and that's really it. Okay, so this is the end product. Pony. Like I said, well, I didn't say, but we're not going like anywhere super fancy, so I just got a chill outfit on. Green top, y'all know me in green here, and then a denim mini skirt. But yeah, that's pretty much really all I wanted to say and all I wanted to talk about today. And like I always say, and I always tell everybody, you just have to start. Like, you just have to start. That's your first step, is starting. and everything else will follow suit, will figure itself out. But you just have to start and get out of your head and just do it. And when it comes to niches, which a lot of people talk about, when people are saying you need to niche, you need to niche, so I am on the side of niching down to build quicker, but at the same time I think you should express yourself fully, which I think you should express yourself fully, which I chose to do, even with like taking beauty content very seriously, so I can know that it's not something that I want to do only. So you kind of have to figure out what is it that you actually like before you do niche down. And even if you do decide to niche down, because some people don't and they're still thriving and doing what they gotta do. So that's the end of this Get Ready With Me. I'm on time, thank God. I'll show y'all some clips maybe. And thank you for all the support. We're at 5,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Thank you guys for all the support. I always appreciate it. I genuinely love creating content, so I'm excited that you guys are pleased by my content. Yeah. See you guys. Mwah.